I mean, if we keeping a buck right now, we ass. So
Burgundy Ballers, welcome to the first true Misery Monday episode here on the Ballin In Burgundy podcast. Myself and Justin, the OGs in the building. Nick is back again once again back with us. And fellas, how are we feeling on this Misery Monday?
Not good, man. It's right there in the name, misery. I mean, it sucks, man. Especially coming into this week at the beginning of the week and on Monday, you thought for sure this was not. I mean, I did say an easy win when we did this on Thursday, but looks like I was wrong. So, little do I know. But at the end of the day, I mean, it sucks all around. We got to improve in so many more aspects of the game, to be honest with you. So it just sucks.
Justin, how you
Just
feeling?
embarrassed. Oh, dude, I'm just embarrassed, dude. That was annoying. That was just a crappy game. Like we came here like, oh, this is an easy win, but yeah, any given Sunday, any
Any
given Sunday.
Any given Sunday, guys. But we're going to any that don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on BIB. Road to 1,000 subscribers. Currently sitting at 737 subscribers. We need over 260 of y'all to like, share, and subscribe so we can get to that 1,000. Instagram and TikTok at Ballin and Bernie Podcast. Twitter at BIB Podcast 22 because Twitter has long usernames. Man, let's this game just pissed me off. I was on Reedy and Z's live stream. Y'all can go watch that above Justin's helmet for the third quarter, and I was sitting there, and halfway through the show, I debated if I just went, done thrown my hat and have another one just like it. It pissed me off to no end. Because Nick, you said this before we jumped on in here. We play down to the competition.
Yeah. I mean, this is what we used to do in years past, man. Just watching a lot of Redskins football and football team commanders, whatever the fuck. Well, I'm going to try and keep it relaxed today. I don't want to get on too big of a rant, but whatever you want to call them, man. I mean, it's ridiculous that you play so good in all phases of the game, and then you go to another team that's still lesser than you, and you're just like, we got LA next week, or oh man, our flight was a little long to Atlanta. Whatever you want to say, it doesn't make sense. And the excuse, or not excuse, but the example I gave you is basically, why is it that we just destroyed Vegas, except for obviously the score didn't really show because all those balls to Trey Tucker, but we beat them in every aspect of the game with the same team that came out today. The same exact team minus what? Percy Butler? Like, I mean,
Butler and Terry.
I was going to say, and Terry, but Terry, I was just getting ready to get to it. Terry didn't make any besides the one long catch, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, McNichols did the same thing. And you got to take those with a grain of salt because, yeah, he broke a 60-yard touchdown run. The touchdown counts. That's what matters. But if you break a 60-yard run, you catch a 50-yard ball, you end up with 60 yards. I mean, you didn't do much on the game itself. But at the end of the day, a touchdown's a touchdown. But for us to come out flat like we did today, I understand you're missing some players. I totally get it, man. But we just don't correct anything on defense. Like, the defense is killing you. Like, you would think coming into these games 2 weeks ago, you're like, shit, man, Mariota's a solid backup. Like, hopefully we can carry the ball for 3 yards of carry and, at least take some pressure off Mariota to get the ball down the field. Or, hey, hopefully Debo doesn't have to take 30 carries in a game or whatever and do it all himself, or whatever the excuse was that you were thinking going into these games. And, it's back-to-back weeks where we're scoring high 20s, almost 30 points, and the defense is giving up the same amount. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So
Are we the NFC's version of the Cincinnati Bengals?
oh, God, I hope not. I don't even want to think that far down because, I mean, we've got a better defense than them, and it's not even the names. It's the legit, just like the production. I mean, coming into this week, we had the best third down defense. That didn't matter at all. you know, I said to you once again before we started this, Michael Penix is the new Daniel Jones for us. I mean, this guy, when he plays us, he looks like, what was he, the 7th overall pick or 8th, whatever he was? He was
eighth or yeah.
Yeah, he was early, man. And, you know, the shock of the world, oh my God, they just signed Kirk. But when he plays us, this dude comes out there, man. And what kills me is earlier today, like JJ Watt on the broadcast or whoever, or I don't even remember who the other guy was, but, you know, just being so pissed off, it's hard to remember stuff like that. But when he runs outside and picks up the first down, he doesn't do it much, but he did it. Like, yeah, no shit. No shit. We can't stop it. We can't. If he wants to run and then beat like Bijan, right? How in the world on that catch is he? I mean, he's so open, and like just the missed tackles. And Ashton Genty, you hit him, you gang tackled him, he went nowhere. You know what I mean? Like Scatterboo, same thing. You know, Josh Jacobs, yeah, he scored, but for the most part, we were getting killed through the air. And this was a game where you could potentially just like, okay, let's let Penix beat us, but you decided to let him, like Bijan, do whatever he wanted. And then that opened up everything else because now we're down in the box or whatever. And, you know, luckily we had someone, who was it, Quan, that chased him now all the way out there? Just, you know, but
no, it was Revo.
Revo, yeah, you're right. Yeah, because that was Reeves. I did remember, because I remember when he made the tackle, the first thing that popped in my head was us talking about, you know, him or Savage coming in, blah, blah, blah. But all I know is when I saw it, I was like, Percy Butler could never. You know, he would have blew a hammy 30 yards ago. But yeah, man, I mean, I could go on and on about this. Our defense, I don't want to go on a hot take because I'm still real pissed off about it and say we suck or season's over and, you know, be that typical, you know, Skins fan, which it's in me. It's in me. And I want to say it, but it's still too early in the season. But we've got to start having people contribute now, especially with with the injuries piling up and with Baptiste, you know, going down, looks like torn pec. I know we'll probably get to that a little later. But you got to have people step up. Like, we can't be the oldest team in the league and have that rep, right? And not be experienced in these situations and be able to shut it down. Like, I mean, you can't be old and slow and suck. You can't, like, those are the three things that will turn us into the Cincinnati Bengals. So I'll digress.
I don't think we're the NFC Bengals. I think we're the most bipolar football team in the league. Like, you don't know what we're getting with this team. It could be lights out. It could be we just don't feel like playing or hitting, so we're just going to let you score every play. Like, we're the most bipolar team in this whole entire league. You know, bipolar. That's all we are. Oh, I don't want to play today. I'll just let you win. Oh, no, we're going to play today. We're actually going to be a football team. You just don't know what you get from us. You know, and plus we have a better offensive line and defense, better than Cincy's ever had. Let's just be real.
Yeah, that's true. But it's got to come together on all aspects of the coaching and the player side, man. Like, I know we're talking about the defense, and I'm literally stuttering so much right now because I keep biting my tongue on what my brain's telling me to say. And it's not 100% on the defense. It's majority on the defense for sure. Joe Witt, Marshon, Wagner, Luvu, Eddie Goldman's big self. I don't give a damn who you want to put the blame on, right? Like, it can go on one person, the whole group, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, you have to realize that, okay, my defense is struggling, right? All right, they've got a great elite running back. Penix, you know, against us is good. Okay, they have a good game plan against us. We can't cover you. I mean, if I decided to take 2 months and get in the gym and start playing tight end in the league, I don't think they could cover me, right? Because the hands still work. It's just the knees that'll give out, right? But at the end of the day, you can't cover any tight ends. Looks like we can't cover any receivers, right? Marshon's getting toasted. I hate to say it, right? Deep, middle, short, comebacks, slants, whatever it is, we can't cover it. So as an offensive guy, you've got to tell yourself, like, why the hell do we keep getting away from this run game? Like, I don't understand it, man. Like, Rodriguez breaks it. Bill was looking good. He had like 3 runs in a row where he was like getting at least 6 yards. And then he broke the one, that little screen. Like, instead of him cutting back out, if he would have just ran and got north and south, he maybe breaks that arm tackle and takes it to the house. Mariota can run right now. And obviously we know Jaden can run. So in this O-line is so much more improved in this run game. So if your defense is struggling and they can't stop nobody, stop putting the ball in the other team's hands. Stop doing it. You have a good recipe right now. Yeah, obviously you can't run it 20 times in a row, to try and kill a quarter at the beginning of the game. But exactly like how teams practice those 4-minute drills. You do like a 4 or 5 minute drill every half. Man, that's a recipe for success, especially when we're so good in that run game. And you sprinkle in McNichols and Bill, and then you power it with Chris, and then you take it on the outside reads with Mariota and Jaden. I mean, it's right there for you. But, no, we just want to keep getting away from it. Try to make Ben Sinnott a thing. I don't get it. I can't take it more, man. But it's just they got to figure something out. And like people say, the best defense is a great offense. People say, there's that saying out there for a reason. If you're out there and your defense can't stop nobody, if you're getting after the quarterback like we were the Raiders, fine. Do what you want. Go do what you want. But every time your defense steps on the field against a subpar Atlanta team and you have no answer for anything. Tyler Algier takes it up the middle or outside, can't stop it. Bijan takes it up the middle, outside, catches the pass, can't stop it. Kyle Pitts runs a go route. Kyle Pitts runs an out route. Can't stop it. Drake London, never once was he doubled. I mean, Darnell Mooney is awful right now. I don't even know who their third guy was today. I have no idea. They could have brought back Brian Finnerman from 2000. Who would have known? I wouldn't have known. You know what I mean? But it's pitiful, man. We looked sorry today. We looked horrible today, but they got to get it figured out, man. They got to get it figured out because LA getting beat by the Giants, and now we got to go to LA. Shit, yeah. All right. You think they ain't gonna come with a vengeance, man? They're watching film just like we're supposed to be. So that's what I'll say about that.
It's the secondary might have had the worst showing. A, since the NFC Championship game. B, maybe in the past 2 seasons, and here's why. Because shout out to Brandon at J Daniels MVP, because this man puts together stats like no other. Marshon Lattimore, 6 targets, 3 receptions for 58 yards and 2 penalties. Mikey, 5 targets, 4 receptions, 49 yards, but the interception. So he's getting back. Amos, 4 targets, 3 receptions, 46 yards, and a penalty. 3 penalties, 6, 11, 15 targets on 10 receptions for like 150 so yards.
Yeah.
Not talking about Amos, or not talking about Reeves, not talking about Butler, not talking about Darnell Savage, because he was out there today. He made his debut. And he couldn't find him. But that's also the safety position. Like you can't find him sometimes. Here's the question I have for you guys. I have for the comments section. Y'all comment down below your answer to the question I'm about to say. Is the Marshon Lattimore experience over?
I'll let Justin take this one first.
I mean, everybody has the right answer, or thinking the right answer, and that's a big yes. Lattimore, he used to be one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL when he was with the Saints.
Mm-hmm.
He had that like 1.5 year hamstring injury where he was playing lights out, and that half year he got hurt, and then the following year he got hurt early. And then he somehow mysteriously came here last year. But his experiment, it's over. He's 28, about to be 29, I think. He's at that, I'm a wash cornerback stage, and everybody sees it. Cornerbacks getting And not even cornerbacks, but even safeties getting that 28, 29. Yeah, I'm starting to be washed. My age is showing in my play. But I think the Lattimore experiment is over. Trade him for a damn bag of chips. Get him the fuck out of DC. I don't care if it's a Philadelphia cheesesteak. Just ship him out and get somebody else. I don't care. Like, I'd rather see Noah play over Lattimore any day of the week. Hell, trade him for Emmanuel Forbes. I don't care. Just get him out of here. Put somebody that's young and can be worth a damn. Or trade him for some veteran edge rusher, because edge rusher we could use. Just get him the fuck out of DC.
I mean, there's that news with Reek Woolen going around with Seattle, man. Him and maybe we got to give him and a bag of chips to go get him. But I mean that's something that we got to do. And now, I don't know, man. He gets beat, but my thing is like, he gets called for a lot of penalties, right? Because in the world we live in now, with like the way you're not allowed to, I mean, 10 years ago you weren't allowed to touch nobody. Nowadays, man, you literally
can't even look at them.
You can't. You cannot do it, like, at all. And my thing is like, if that's the route you want to go, now we're taking it to a different level, right? It's a bigger level now. The NFL needs to figure something out. I've been saying this for years, and not to get off topic, but you got to be physical at corner. Why? Okay. Like, all right, so let me woosah real quick, right? Because I swear, man, it's getting close. But why in the world, right? What's dude's name from Philly? Cornerback.
Quincy Mitchell?
Yes. Why is it this man can bear hug you, jump on your back, hold your arm, pull your arm sleeve off, grab your chain, and knock the ball down, and it's always strapped, right? It's always straps. But yet Lattimore on a damn run play, Bijan gets a toss right. Lattimore jams dude 6 yards up the field. It's a flag. Why the hell are we calling defense of holding, touching, playing, patty caking, kissing? I don't give a damn what they want to call it, right? Why in the world is a corner getting flagged on the other side of the field on a run play? Because at the end of the day, how can you call illegal touching or hands to anything because if I'm a receiver, right, John, you get a toss right, what's my job to do with this corner? Make sure he don't go get it, right? So I got to block. So I'm allowed as a receiver to put my hands all over you. But as Marshon trying to read a play and he just tries to get him off of him and pushes him a little too hard, it's a flag. Makes absolutely no sense. But the thing is, with his reputation, man, referees are looking at him and they're never going to give him the benefit of the doubt. Ever. I mean, perfect example is in the damn the Philly game.
Championship. 100%.
I mean, A.J. Brown ripped his helmet off, and Lattimore got the penalty. How in the world does another man – like, you got to use common sense at this point, right? Okay, I didn't see anything. I'm a ref on the backside, right? I'm looking at O-line. Next thing you know, I look up. The DB ain't got a helmet on. The receiver's got his helmet in his hand, swinging it, throwing it. I'm clearly like, well, damn, that's a flag on A.J. Brown. Just for me to hear Marshon Lattimore, what did he do? His helmet got ripped off. So he's aggressive, which is what made him so good at his job, right? But now to answer your question, now that I got that out the way, I still don't think the experiment's over, okay? I might be the one man on the bus or the boat rowing that thing by myself, and it's fine, I've watched a lot of football. I've seen a lot of things, but at the end of the day, you read the stats. If you've got 3 corners that give up 5 catches, 6 catches, 4 catches, whatever, and none of them went over, 40, 50 yards, like, that's successful. You know what I'm saying? When you really break it down, is Marshon Lattimore getting beat? Yeah, right. Okay. He's getting beat. Okay. Is Amos getting beat? Yeah, but he's a rookie. Okay, well, that's fine. I'll take that.
Growing pains.
Yeah, and then, but where are we really getting murdered at, right? Besides that one, like, what was it, like a 16-yard out, like comeback or an out route to Drake London where he made a spectacular catch where Lattimore did get beat. Okay. Besides that, what else was it?
There was a
field.
Yeah, middle of the field for sure. There was a deep one to, I think, the Bijan had the 69-yard pass.
Oh, you're right. Drake did catch that bomb. Yeah, you're right.
London had a 43-yarder.
There's also 2 or 3 third downs where Lattimore had coverage and he let him beat him.
Yeah, that's another thing though too with the scheme. I mean, if you like, it was the same thing with St. Juice. Now, St. Juice and Forbes, they suck, right? They suck. You can't put them in man coverage. Lattimore can play man, but he can't do it all game long, and you can't expect him to hold up and not be physical. So that's the issue. Like, you've got to start calling more things. And I hit on this last week when we were talking. We've been getting murdered on them little motion out routes, right? We've just been getting destroyed on that. And we didn't really get beat with that. That's probably just not Atlanta's game. But when you've got Lattimore in a one-on-one on the wide side of the field, they are going to cook him every time when he's in man coverage. You know, unless he's going up against, an old basic or an average receiver. You know what I mean? He's going to get cooked every time because all they're going to do is just use their speed, and the quarterback's just going to throw the ball because they know if Lattimore's there and he's actually on him, it's going to be a flag. Or he's going to be so far off because he can't touch him, it's going to be wide open. Yeah. I mean, you got to have help over there. You know, at worst case scenario, you know, he is getting older. People have been moved to safety before. You know, not saying to do that because, one, we don't have the cornerback depth to do that. But you got to have different options, man. I mean, you blitz the house. We're a high pressure team, you know, all this kind of stuff, and we just look very piss poor, man. Very piss poor. So it's just ridiculous. I was looking at the stats here, man. You know, 435 yards total given up today, 307 passing. I mean, you can't. I don't know who you expect to beat. You can't beat anyone that way. So,
at what point do you not change and make some sort of defensive change or two?
That's yeah.
We're getting our ass beat. Yeah, after halftime, I'm fucking making changes as a coach. You know, if I was a coach, offense, defense coordinator, head coach, yeah, I want changes to be made, right? I want to do my best to change up a scheme or change up play calling for the best outcome of this game. But at what point do we sit there and going, yep, we've been getting our ass handed to us. Like, it's time to make some sort of defensive change. Whether you bench somebody or, you know, you make somebody rotate 50-50 and between the game, you know, you have to do something. Bring somebody else in. Like, what are you going to do? You got to fucking fix it.
Yeah. And as a coach, that's their job, man. That's what they need to be doing. That's what they get paid for. So.
Yeah, it's going to be rough because here are the stats through the first 4 games. Shout out to Ryan Fowler. Marshon Lattimore. I'll say this and we'll start to move on towards the offense. Marshon Lattimore through the first 4 games. 20 targets against, 11 catches allowed, 173 yards, 9 first downs, 6 penalties, 3 plus 15-yard reception or completions. 173 yards on 11 catches is 15.7272 repeating. So call it 15 3/4 yards per reception. That is damn near 2 first downs.
Yeah. Yeah. And the penalties
6.
is guaranteed first down. So
for the most part.
Technically, it's like 2.5 first downs because the penalty, because what'd you say, 11 catches?
11 catches.
6 penalties. That's 50% more than 50%. So 50% of the time when you throw at Lattimore, it's 50% of the time it's a guaranteed first down is what you're basically saying. So yeah, I mean, you can't win. That's not a recipe for success there. Whether you double it, you help them, you move them, you bump them down. I don't know what you got to do, but it's something's got to be figured out. But like I said, we just don't have. You don't have the depth. You don't have it. Like
Not
I
anymore.
understand Noah I or whatever, but like, I mean, is he really an outside guy? Like, he does good like here and there, but I mean, he gets beat. They
Yeah.
all get beat. So you
It's a
just,
shame.
in my opinion, you just bump Mikey back out and figure it out. I mean,
Yes.
you don't have another choice at this point.
No, and especially with Jonathan Jones on IR, this really started to kill the team. And you have like Antonio Hamilton Sr., but that's again a rotation guy. He'll make a play here and there, but then he'll give up a play. So
Yeah,
this
I mean, Quan's played corner, but he's been a safety for so long. I mean, he can't even check the tight ends now. So I don't know. I mean, I'm just so pissed off. I probably ain't gonna have nothing nice to say about nobody. So I'm trying to keep it level headed here. So
fair. There are some positivities coming out of this game, and they're mainly coming from offense and special teams. From offense, for the most part, our running game actually looks half decent. Chris Rodriguez, 7 carries for 59 yards, averages 8.4, had that beautiful 48-yard rush to end the first quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Bill had 7 for 47, averaged 6.7, had a nice long one of 16. Mariota had that beautiful first down, finish off. McNichols had 2 for 3, but it's because we were using McNichols very spotty. But it's also a shame that you designated runs, 11 total called. 7 for Chris, 7 for Bill, 2 for McNichols. So excuse me, 16. My apologies, 16.
Yep.
Why on earth, when you're averaging anywhere between 5 to 7.5 yards per carry, do you stop running the ball? Dan, come here real quick. I'm going to turn to Jordan the Stallion. Come here real quick. Now back up. Now come back closer. You were in the Super Bowl as defensive coordinator for Kyle Shanahan. You had one of the best rushing attacks behind Todd Gurley. Or excuse me, behind
Matt Ryan.
I forget behind Matt Ryan, but I forgot who their running back was.
It wasn't Turner. It was Gurley.
Dante Freeman, thank you.
Gurley. What am I thinking? Good
job. You all were up 28-3, and then you stopped running the ball and played conservative defense. Do you not remember? Do you have amnesia? Do you have Alzheimer's? Do you just choose to take ayahuasca with Aaron Rodgers and seem to forget what happened in that said Super Bowl? What happened today? You stopped running the ball, and you've been playing conservative defense, and this is the result you get.
Yep.
And I'm trying to move on from defense, but there comes a point, whether this is primarily on Joe With. I can't even call this truly all on Dan or even on Cliff, because Cliff had really bad play calls too. It gets to a point, to Justin's point, you make changes. The first change I make, you start running the ball with Bill as the 1. Krosky Merritt, you drafted him in the 7th round for a reason. You brought him in on a top 30 visit for a reason. You drafted him, had high hopes. You activated him on the roster, but he was a 7th round pick. He was going to be on the roster regardless. It doesn't matter. Austin gets hurt. You ship B-Rob out. He immediately became RB2. And you know what you do? You say, nah. Chris first. Bill has the vision. Bill has the cuts. Bill also has the youthfulness to make certain mistakes the way Chris and Jeremy don't. You keep Jeremy for pass protection, cool. You keep Chris on because he gives you explosive plays, cool. Bill has broken off an explosive play, I think, every single game.
Yeah.
Multiple times. So why are you not doing that? I know you want to protect Mariota, cool. You can do that by getting guys who will block. Ben Sinnott has been blocking his ass off these past 2 games.
I will give him that, yeah.
You paid him for a blocking tight end, and then you drafted last year Sinnott to be your pass catcher. He's now your blocking tight end. He's your 6th offensive lineman. Run the ball.
Yeah. I mean, back-to-back games, Chris C-Rod, man, he breaks it. And you just tell yourself, like, okay, good for the kid, good for the team. And then you bring Bill in just to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then when it's going all good and well, let's just stop. Let's just stop. And that's another thing. You hit the nail on the head right there when you said, I know you want to protect Mariota. I understand it, right? But you know another good way to protect your quarterback is to let him turn around and say, here you go.
Mm-hmm.
You take it.
Yeah.
You take it. And you know, maybe Jaden still be playing. Maybe Jaden would have played today and last week.
Maybe, yeah.
In that Green Bay game, we just didn't do it. Got away from it at the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Worked good against the Giants, said screw it, let them get within real close, then we did it again. Green Bay got out there, they threw it to a tight end one time, they were like, screw it. We can't do it. Let's throw to our tight end from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jaden, you're a good runner, you go do it. Boom, knee's gone. Then you get to Vegas. Same thing. Averaging good carries, averaging this. Mariota's breaking runs. We're doing this. We're mixing, balancing real well. And then now what? Now they score twice real quick, and now the game looks a little, oh, hell, here we go. Missed a couple field goals. Now look where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then today, you're hitting the nail on – I mean, I just don't understand why the hell – okay, you want to mix in the jet sweeps, with Debo, cool. Bill's getting 8 yards of carry. C-Rod's getting 7 yards of carry. Jeremy can catch it out the backfield. That's the whole reason he's here, right? I mean, that's the whole reason we keep bringing his ass back, and he can pass block, right? But if you're willing – okay, this is where it's going to get crazy. If you're willing to hand the ball off to damn Chris Moore, but you won't keep handing it off to these running backs that are ripping off 7 a carry, 7 a pop, and they're making the defenders pay every time they come downhill and try and tackle them, what are we doing? Because this goes back to what I said. It helps your defense out. We've got to figure it out, man. Got to figure it out.
The bottom line, whatever works for your offense, whether it's running the damn ball or passing the ball, you do it. Whether you're down 0-14, you do what's best for your team. Whether running the ball is getting 5, 6, 7 yards of carry, you run it through their fucking throats, or you just pass it through the defense. And it feels like when we're behind any sort of points, no matter if it's first, second, third, or fourth quarter, we just get away from the run. Cliff gets scared. He doesn't trust the young running backs. I think trust is a big key to why we don't just keep handing the ball off when they get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards carry. It's ridiculous. I trust those running backs. Those running backs do pretty damn good for a 7th-round pick. And what? The other guy, Rodriguez, I can't remember if he's drafted or not.
Yeah, he was a 7th-round pick as well. 6th or 7th, he was late as well by Ron, but yeah.
Like, I trust both those backs. And McNichols, yeah, we don't give him enough credit. He's a hell of a blocker, good pass catcher. Mm-hmm. You can break away too here and there. Like, I'd run it through their fucking throats. Remember that year with Adrian Peterson, that one year he played with us? You remember that game film we really did? But we rarely had any receivers other than Jameis and Crowder. Mm-hmm. You ran it through their fucking throats.
Yeah, and they knew it was coming. Yeah.
They knew it was coming. And the Hawks came to play. I don't care if we run it 20 times a game and throw it 15 to 20 times. Like, I don't care. You do whatever it is it takes for this franchise and this team to win on offense. And you should for defense, too. Play your football. Don't go away from playing your kind of style of football. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man. And yeah, and it's just a weird trend too, because look how many games C-Rod was inactive for B-Rob and Eckler and all this stuff. And now that they don't have a choice, they put him on the field. And even when they did put him on the field, he produces. It's like Jared Patterson all over again. Yeah. Like, they get these dudes in the 6th, 7th round, and they will not play them. They won't do it. And then, I mean, it's the head coach's decision for inactives, correct? Or am I mistaken?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they look for input from their OC and DC, or injuries or whatever, reflected, new guys, whatever. But for the most part, it's the head coach. Like, they're going to Cliff. Like, you can't tell me that he goes to Cliff and says, hey, man, C-Rod and Bill, last game, they only got you 8 yards a pop. What do you want to do? You want to make one of them inactive this week? Yeah, let's put both of them actually. What are we talking about? No. Why is it that we wait to bring these guys on the field? We make them inactive. Now they're finally on the field, and you're still not giving them the ball, and all they're doing is producing. Because, like Justice said, you stick to your game plan. We were down 7-0, 10-0, whatever, right? That is so doable to come back in the NFL, especially with the high-powered offense that we do have, right? And it protects everything. Everything in football is protected through the run game, right? Protects your quarterback, protects your defense, protects the lead, gives you the clock management. It does all this type of stuff. And it's one thing if we're out there and we cannot run the ball. If we're just getting like what Genty looked like last week against us, then yeah, don't run it, throw it 30 times, and then surprise them with a draw or a pitch or something or a read option. But when you're being successful, first play of the game, back-to-back weeks, you give it to C-Rod, he breaks something, or he finds his way through a hole for 40, 50 yards, and then he doesn't see the field. He doesn't see the field. Like, what are like and I don't want to hear no excuses. Well, he's too slow. He got caught. Bijan got caught. He got caught, and he's an elite running back. I'm not saying C-Rod's an elite running back, but you got the boys up front now, Chris Paul and Wiley. All they want to do is put somebody's, and I'm going to say it, I don't care. They want to put somebody's fucking dick in the dirt, man. They want to take another grown man and completely embarrass him in front of all his wives, mistresses, kids, coaches, friends, and just bury him into the ground and let that running back on tape jump over his ass and go into the end zone as a highlight. That's what us big boys live for. We love it. You heard it on the broadcast today. They broke that run. Chris Paul's in the background waving his fist, and J.J. Watt's talking about this is the big man Super Bowl right here. Rewind it, go back and look. He literally said that's the big man Super Bowl. That's all they want to do. And when they're doing it successful, I don't know why we're getting away from it. So you got to figure out and you got to come together to a conclusion that, look, yes, we're down. We're losing. We got 2 7th-round picks back here, and if Jaden comes back, we got a Heisman Trophy winner that can hold the ball, right? He can put it anywhere, fit it in any window, right? But fit it in any window to who? To who, right? You'd rather take a chance on Jaden running for his life, trying to fit a tight window ball into a rookie Jalen Lane, Luke McCaffery, who he surprised me, I can't lie, right? Or Chris Moore, who, I mean, damn, even when you hand it off to him, you're worried he's going to drop it, right? So you got running backs that are taking it for 6-7 yards a carry. And my math, 6 yards twice in a row is more than 10, right? That's 12. 12 is more than 10. Okay, I wouldn't, just wasn't sure on that. I don't know. I know math's different nowadays, but it just blows my mind. And then you're looking on the other side and you're like, well, shit, like we're getting torched by them. We've got to take the ball out of their hands and just do what we do and just run it down their throat. It gets stopped. Yeah, it's going to get stopped. It's the NFL, right? Justice said it earlier, any given Sunday. I get it. But not when you're beating yourself, man, and you just play down to your opponent and you don't play, what's the word? Like, you don't play, like, coordinated football is basically what I'm trying to get at. Like, okay, our defense is getting torched. Hey, let's just try and, let's go throw it. Like, you got to start getting together, man. So it's tough.
It's bad. The only other two positives coming out of this game, Luke McCaffery, phenomenal kick return ability, and then he brings in that touchdown in the end zone to, I think, give us the first touchdown of the game, if I remember correctly. Which was it was good. He had 199 return yards on 6 receptions, averaged 33, brought it out to the Atlanta 41, and then penalties just killed that drive. And you want to know who finally, as The Rock would say, showed up today? A man who I've been saying needs to go straight, but today he finally showed me some pride in Matt Gay.
Yeah, he did show up.
4 for 4 on field goals, the extra point, the long of 52. This man had 13 points by himself.
Yep. Yeah, he didn't want us to put the loss on him this week.
Yeah. Can he show up every week like that? Can he show up? Justin, come in here now. Can we get Matt Gay to perform like this every week?
I hope so. I mean, he's a kicker. You know how kickers are in the NFL nowadays.
I mean, now when Chase McLaughlin's kicking a 65 down in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but he's not wearing burgundy and gold. That's what he meant.
That's what it is. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. 428 years old either. Age shows after a while.
Yeah. 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 There's. I need him just to show up one of these days. I know it's hard. I know it's a lot to ask for. But, Matt, if you could just do us a favor and show up on a Sunday, please.
Yeah, really. Yeah, going for that field goal on second down, I was like, wow.
Boy.
Especially when I was like, man, this is like 40-something yards, ain't it? And it, sure enough, it popped up like 41. I was like, well, Quinn did say he had faith in him. Maybe that was the real test. Maybe he was like, all right, he misses this. We're getting somebody else in here. Maybe that was it, but.
Dude, the dumb thing about that drive is that we were driving relatively well.
Yeah.
Like, it would be like a third down convert, second down convert. We had 1:38 left on the clock. No timeouts because we wasted those.
Again, that's getting to the kicker competition or the kicker conversation. The timeout time management is killing us.
No timeouts, 1:38. He kicks a field goal on second down.
Yeah.
And says, you know what we're going to do? Onside kick. You should have just gone for it.
Yeah.
Yes, it closed the distance from a 10-point game to a 7-point game, but what didn't matter?
Yeah.
What? 3 pity points?
Yeah.
Pity pussy points for 3? What matter does it make?
Yeah, the onside kick is at this point so impossible. I mean, I think the whole NFL as a whole recovers 4 a year or something, 5 a year. I mean, and they made it sound convincing. They're like, this is something they've worked on, so they're clearly confident. And I'm like, okay, maybe they do have some trick up their sleeve because Izzo's a good special teams coach or whatever. But
no,
I still don't understand. Like, why are we not allowed? Like, with today's kickoff rule, like. I don't understand why. Just squib that thing and take a chance, water boy it and kick it at somebody.
No, so here's the crazy thing, and then we'll start wrapping things up. Matt Gay, on like the second or third kick return, the third kickoff, he squibs it. It is a 2-step kick for him. He sends it to Natrone Brooks. On the return, Brooks gets concussed on the return, so they say, hey, there's a penalty on Atlanta anyways. We're going to re-kick this. He does a proper kick, and they still get a return to like the 40.
Yeah.
I'm like, there is a problem. Like, I'm seeing how it works. I'm for the new kick return rule because I think it actually does benefit the game. You can get more explosive plays for both sides. But also, when your special teams coverage can't cover... So they're coming out to the 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60-yard line, and you're like, half a drive's already wasted.
Yep. They're already in field goal range.
You're already in field goal range because if you kick it through the end zone, they're coming out to the 30 or the 35 now.
Yeah.
If you kick it to them, they can return it. Like, as much as I love the new rule, when your team can't cover, especially in the first half, you just dig in a hole.
Yeah, I agree, man. You're at this point, you're better off just booting it out because we ain't gonna cause no turnover. Half the time we don't even make the tackle, so we can't even worry about turnovers. And then our kicker struggles, but I mean, damn, he's chasing somebody down there. He's gonna blow a hammy. At this point, just boot it out of the end zone. Let him start on 35. Get your defensive plan ready for the starting 35 every single drive, and just get it going from there. I mean. Do the things that you can control, and that's how I look at it. But because at the end of the day, you have to land it between the 20 and the 1. So you take a chance one way or another. Maybe just aim for the 1,
Mm-hmm.
And if it goes to the back of the end zone, they catch it, or if it hits, it's a touchback anyway.
Yeah.
So who cares? But you can't kick it to the 20, and now they've got a full head of steam catching the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And they're going to get 10 yards for 10, 15 yards before we can even break by their line. So
it's a mess.
It's a struggle. Yeah.
It's an absolute mess. Justin, any closing remarks before we get up out of here?
Yep, agreed with y'all. It's just a mess. Welcome to being a Skins fan.
Yeah, really.
Welcome back to Primetime Washington. But guys, that's going to wrap things up here on Misery Monday. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe here on Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Like I said, road to 1,000 subscribers. Hope we can get that by the time I go up to the game in December, but we shall see. Share with a friend, share with a friend, a family, a coworker, anybody who loves football. Send them here to Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Instagram and Twitter at Ballin In Burgundy Podcast. Twitter at BIB Podcast 22 because Twitter hates long usernames. Y'all can follow Nick at Commanders_field_pass on his name in the description, the whole 9. Y'all can go follow me and Justin over on BIB. You'll see us on the Instagram side. Let's just go into this week. Get healthy. Get our mental space right. Because we have an absolute killer team on the marquee for Week 6. I'm trying to get a few things going for Week 6. We'll see if they pan out. But y'all are going to have to wait and see. And if you want to do that, don't forget share and subscribe. Y'all, it's late for me. We got to get up out of here. Race Hill, guys. Let's go into this week and get healthy. But don't forget to stay ballin'. We will see y'all out there.